Number 10. Saudia Flight 163. On August 19, 1980, Saudia Flight 163 successfully landed back at Riyadh after a fire alarm sounded, putting 301 souls briefly out of danger. For reasons that are still debated, the captain did not order an immediate evacuation, and rescue crews were unable to open the complex doors of the Lockheed L-1011 TriStar from the outside. As minutes bled into an agonizing half-hour, toxic smoke, not fire, claimed every single life on board. This tragedy highlighted that hesitation in a fire situation is catastrophic, leading to immediate changes in emergency evacuation procedures worldwide, cementing the rule, land and evacuate immediately. Every second is a life. Number 9. Korean Airlines Flight 007. On September 1, 1983, Korean Airlines Flight 007, a Boeing 747, deviated hundreds of miles from its intended course over the Pacific due to a navigation error, drifting deep into Soviet airspace near Sakhalin Island. Unaware of the intrusion and unable to hear the Soviet military's warnings, the aircraft was tragically misunderstood for a spy plane and shot down by a Soviet fighter jet, killing all 269 people aboard. This incident brought the world terrifyingly close to nuclear conflict and directly led to the U.S. government making GPS technology freely available for civilian aircraft, preventing similar navigational errors and spurring improvements in military-civilian communication protocols. Number 8. American Airlines Flight 191. American Airlines Flight 191 crashed shortly after takeoff from Chicago in 1979, when its left engine and pylon assembly ripped completely off the wing, destroying critical hydraulic lines and damaging the wing's leading edge, leading to an immediate, unrecoverable stall that killed 273 people. The subsequent investigation revealed the horrifying cause. Mechanics had been using an unapproved shortcut, a forklift, to remove the engine and pylon as one unit, which created microscopic, unseen fatigue cracks in the pylon structure. This disaster grounded the entire DC-10 fleet and led to a radical, industry-wide overhaul, proving that there are no acceptable shortcuts in aircraft maintenance. Number 7. Malaysia Airlines Flight 17. On July 17, 2014, Malaysia Airlines Flight 17 was cruising at 33,000 feet over eastern Ukraine, a region caught in conflict, when it was struck by a Russian-made Buk surface-to-air missile, tearing the Boeing 777 apart and killing all 298 passengers and crew. The missile was launched by pro-Russian separatists, who apparently mistook the civilian airliner for a military transport plane. This tragedy was a brutal wake-up call, forcing global airlines to adopt real-time intelligence and strict protocols for avoiding active conflict zones, and highlighting the deadly consequences when sophisticated military weapons fall into the hands of poorly trained forces. Number 6. Iran Air Flight 655. During the Iran-Iraq War on July 3, 1988, Iran Air Flight 655, a routine commercial Airbus A300 carrying 290 people, was shot down by two missiles fired from the USS Vincennes, an American guided missile cruiser in the Persian Gulf. In the chaos and stress of combat, the ship's crew misidentified the ascending Airbus, which was squawking the correct civilian transponder code, as a hostile F-14 fighter jet. The tragedy was ruled a result of stress, equipment issues, and human error, leading to the complete redesign of military identification systems and strengthening international agreements regarding the protection of civilian air routes near conflict zones. Number 5. Air India Flight 182. On June 23, 1985, Air India Flight 182, a Boeing 747, was destroyed by a terrorist bomb hidden in a suitcase in the forward cargo hold while flying over the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Ireland. Carried out by Sikh extremists, this was the deadliest act of aviation terrorism until 9/11 and initiated a profound revolution in airport safety. This disaster made checked baggage screening mandatory worldwide and pioneered the development of passenger and baggage reconciliation systems, ensuring that a bag never flies if its owner does not board the aircraft. Number 4. Turkish Airlines Flight 981. Turkish Airlines Flight 981 disintegrated over the Ermenonville forest in France after its rear cargo door blew out during the climb, killing all 346 people aboard. The subsequent explosive decompression caused the cabin floor to collapse, severing every control cable running underneath it, making the DC-10 completely uncontrollable. The infuriating discovery was that the manufacturer knew the cargo door design was dangerously flawed from an identical incident 2 years earlier, but only issued an optional service bulletin. This crash led to the creation of the Airworthiness Directive System, mandating that if a defect is found, it must be fixed on every single aircraft, prioritizing safety over corporate profit. Number 3. Charkhi Dadri Mid-Air Collision. This remains the deadliest mid-air collision in history, occurring when Saudi Arabian Flight 763 and Kazakhstan Airlines Flight 1907 collided head-on over Charkhi Dadri, India, killing 349 people. The cause was determined to be the Kazakh crew's failure to maintain their assigned altitude of 15,000 feet and their failure to heed TCAS warnings. Crucially, the crew's poor English language proficiency prevented them from fully understanding the air traffic controller's instructions. In response, the International Civil Aviation Organization (ICAO) mandated strict English language proficiency standards for all international pilots and air traffic controllers, solidifying that clear communication is an absolute, non-negotiable safety requirement. Number 2. Japan Airlines Flight 123. Japan Airlines Flight 123, a Boeing 747, suffered catastrophic failure when its rear pressure bulkhead violently ruptured, destroying the vertical stabilizer and all 4 hydraulic systems, leaving the crew with no control. After a 32-minute heroic struggle, the plane crashed into Mount Takamagahara, killing 520 people, making it the deadliest single aircraft disaster ever. The investigation traced the failure back to an improperly executed repair by Boeing 7 years earlier, where 2 weak splice plates were used instead of 1 strong plate. This disaster led to a worldwide revolution in maintenance documentation and inspection procedures, demanding 0 deviation from manufacturer's specifications for all structural repairs. Number 1. Tenerife Airport Disaster. On March 27, 1977, the Tenerife airport disaster became the deadliest accident in aviation history when 2 Boeing 747s, KLM Flight 4805 and Pan Am Flight 1736, collided on the runway, killing 583 people. Heavy fog, a lack of ground radar, and pressure on the KLM captain to depart before his duty time ran out contributed to the chaos. The fundamental cause was communication failure. The KLM captain began his takeoff roll without receiving explicit clearance, tragically colliding with the Pan Am jet, which was still taxiing on the same runway.